G'day everybody, Nick here, just going to give you a rundown on today's Charters TSR. Look, agent chartered around 3,300 head today, mainly consisting of prime cattle with about 800 store cattle in the numbers. Look, I'd say the job could have been back a bit on all traits today, but in saying that, it was probably all quality related. There was about 600 bullocks in the yard today. Look, they had a fair bit of weight in them, plenty of weight, plenty of age, but they were a bit slippery. But in saying that, the good younger bullocks that would mouth up right, good number 3s, number 2 bullocks, plenty of weight, they're still making 394 cents. So that's pretty much unchanged on what's been happening in the last few weeks. Go back into the heavier, older bullocks, they probably might have made 370 to 375. Come back under that, you're probably more around your 500 kilo bullocks that are probably not as covered or as fresh as they have been. They're probably making more around $3.60 to $3.65. So still good bullocks selling well. Going under the prime heifers, look, they were topping out at 364 cents. And saying that same thing, good young fat heifers. We had a lot of our heifers in the sale today that were probably more around 450s. 450 to 460 kilos, and they're probably more number 2, so they're making anywhere around 330 to 340. Look, big run of cows again, 1,313 cows, and isolated pens of big heavy cows, but a big run of cows around, say, late 4s to early 500 kilos. But look, if you had a cow that was over 550 kilos, still making out $3.65, come back, yeah, 480 to 500 kilo cows, you're probably more around your $3.50 to $3.40 mark, but a lot of the cow job today was $3.30. $3.30 from 420 kilos all the way up until 500 kilos. So, look, any of those bit slippery, bit of cover on them, they were around $3.20 to $3.30. Coming to your store cows were kind of making more around your 270 to 280 mark, where they could have been making $3 the previous weeks. But any cows, plenty of store condition and lighter frame and lighter weight, they're probably more back to your 240 cents a kilo. So, look, the cow job got a little touch up today, but in saying that, there was probably all quality related. The bull job could have been back as well. A lot more Mickeys that were probably around $3.30 to $3.40, which are probably more your 500 to 550 kilos, where any of them heavy bulls are still making $3.60 to $3.70. Look, the store job, I think there was only really 100 steers in the sale and 250 Mickeys, and they were all mainly northern or coloured Brahmins, I would say. But the good Brahman steers or any good, they still made $3.45 to $3.48, but pretty much under there wasn't much to quote on. They could have got $3 to $3.20. So that's pretty much the steer job. The heifer run, look, there wasn't many heifers either. I think there was 700 heifers. One big run of heifers that would have probably took up 300 of them. I would say they averaged probably 270 kilos to average $3.10, I would say. But a lot of heifers, if they had weight again, they were making $3.20 to $3.30. So not much to quote on that store job, but we are having 2 sales next week. So we are full in the prime cattle, but the store cattle still got a little bit of space. So get in early and book them in for the following week. Thank you.